Guess what, folks? We're cooking today. Are you ready? Hello everybody, this is Ivy here with you. Yesterday we're going to cook one of my favorite dishes, laing or dried taro leaves with coconut milk and pork. So the first thing I'm going to do is to chop off the spices. I'll start with chopping off the onions, and then the garlic, and then the ginger. Now, one of the things I do when cooking is to make sure that all my ingredients are thoroughly cleaned or washed. Now, if you're using peeled garlic that you bought from a Chinese store, chances are your garlic came from China. To be sure that your peeled garlic is safe to consume, make sure to wash them first. If you have taken them out from the freezer, just take them, you can still chop them, but before that, make sure that you wash them thoroughly, like so. Okay, so now we cut off the garlic. Just take off both ends of the garlic first before finally chopping them. This is okay, I don't have to chop that off. Okay, now you can throw that away. And now the chopping begins. Okay, this is still very big. I will just make them smaller. garlic. I've also chopped off the ginger, so I'm good now. Okay. So what I'm doing right now is I'm rendering the fat from the meat or the pork that I just chopped. Okay. I'm gonna let this dry until the natural oil of the pork comes out. And the oil that comes out from this pork is what I'm gonna use for sauteing my onions, garlic, and ginger. And for the dried taro leaves, I normally just get it from the J&P Filipino store. This is the dried taro leaves that I'm gonna use. I like these taro leaves because they have a smoky flavor to it, and I think that my laing would taste better if my taro leaves have been smoked. So our taro leaves have been washed. Now we move to the pork. Okay, so as you can see, our pork has already dried up. And now, can you see that fat right there? I can see the fat. There's still some fat there, oh. Yeah. We're gonna remove this. We're gonna brown the pork a little bit. And then we're gonna remove the pork from the pan. And then we're gonna start sauteing our spices. See? That way, I don't have to use a lot of oil. So here are the ingredients I'm using for today's dish. Pork, taro leaves, garlic, onion, ginger, green chili. Yes, I'm gonna add eggplants too because it adds to the meat of the dish. I have anchovies, dried anchovies, shrimp paste, 2 cans of coconut milk, peppercorn, squid fish sauce, and my favorite, monosodium glutamate. You know guys, Asian cooking will not be really, truly Asian if you don't have monosodium glutamate. Like I said before in my previous vlog that it's perfectly safe to consume MSG or vetchin. It was developed by a food scientist. No matter how much it has been demonized of late, you have to do your own research. And so far, I haven't had cancer as a result of it. So hopefully not. Thank God for that. So I am excited to continue with our cooking today. Okay, so our pork has already browned. I'm gonna take that now from the pan. So now we've added the ginger, onion, and garlic. See, it looks so good now. My camera is getting out of focus. Alright, that's how good it looks. And it smells good too. So now I've added the taro leaves and the coconut milk. Those are the 2 ingredients I've added along with the anchovies and the pork. If you have dried fish, you can also use that instead of pork or dried anchovies. But for me, I decided to use both pork and dried anchovies because it will enhance the flavor of my laing. So while we're waiting for our laing to cook inside, let's talk about what's happening today in Ontario. As of yesterday, Premier Ford announced and imposed restrictions on gathering size limits. So if you're gathering outdoors, you're allowed up to 25 people, and if you're gathering indoor, you're allowed up to 10 people. The reason this has happened is because there's been an alarming spike in COVID-19 cases here in Ontario, prompting experts to predict that a second wave of COVID-19 is coming. So let us all be careful and follow strict government guidelines when we're gathering. This is also the reason why yesterday, even if I was invited to come to a birthday celebration, I did not go. I decided to stay home because I'm just following what the government wants us to do. And also, I have a very severe form of asthma. I have to be very careful because now I'm classified in the high risk group. So I don't want to catch that virus. And Lord knows I don't know who the people are coming to the birthday party, whether they are carriers or not. And many of these folks are even asymptomatic. They don't even know that they're carrying the virus, and they go to places where they actually expose other people to the virus that they're unknowingly carrying. So let us all be careful. I'm also very concerned for our country, the Philippines, because they have a very high rate or high number of COVID cases there, and a lot of people are really dying from it. And the people who are getting it are actually young folks, young people below 40. So the Department of Health in the Philippines declared a state of calamity. This is gonna take a long time, you know, to for us to actually be able to address this pandemic. And we don't even know if we're gonna be able to develop a vaccine that can actually work. Remember, with HIV/AIDS, there's no vaccine for that. There's no vaccine that was developed for Hepa C, although there was a vaccine developed for Hepa A and B. We're not even sure if we will be able to develop a vaccine for this, and we may have to live with this for the next 10 years of our lives. So we have to do our part. We have to do our part. It's very concerning. Stay healthy. Stay home if you have to, and you don't have to go outside and meet friends. Instead, opt for Zoom or Messenger video chats. Should be good enough. Okay, so we're back in the kitchen. Let's see. Oh, that's cooking really nicely. So now I'm gonna add the big green chili. We're also gonna add the bagoong or shrimp paste. Looks like this. Yan. Okay. This is gonna be so yummy. Right. And then mix. So good. So now, let's start cutting up the eggplants. This is already washed. Yan. Put it there. Cut it up like this into bite size. And then, like this. Because eggplants add flavor and volume to the food. They also serve like an additional meat for the food. Because you can add this up now in the pot. One more. I'm using two because I eat a lot. See? So your eggplant is there. Mix it. Yeah. This is gonna be really good. pepper. And add your MSG. This will balance the taste. This will balance the saltiness of the dish. Look at that. Oh, so good. Look at that. Ooh. It's almost there. And now, let's taste it. Wow, I'm ready for my lunch. Now that our laing is cooked and our rice is cooked, it's a go, guys. I'm going to eat now. So good. I'll have some of that eggplant. I love eggplants. Oh, wow. Bon appetit. It's so creamy and delicious. So there you have it. I hope you enjoyed today's dish, which is laing or dried taro leaves with coconut milk and pork and dried anchovies. Try it at home. If you like, you can even make it spicier. Add a little bit of those really spicy chilies, you know, and we call them labuyo. Me, I decided not to do that. So wherever you are, I wish you all a very healthy and safe week. And if you still haven't subscribed to my video, please hit subscribe. It's totally free. And like and share this video with your friends and family. Also, please hit the bell icon for notification of future video uploads. Until my next video, bye!